everybody, Brodnax here with another episode of Speaker Talk, and I'm so excited to have my good friend Tori Toth. Hello, Tori Toth. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Shell? Great to be here.
Pretty darn good. Thank you for being with me. I like to do these Speaker Talk episodes before RESACON to kind of give everybody just a little bitty snippet, a little peek inside what you're going to talk about at RESACON this year. And we know you as the visibility expert. You are out there, you are visible, you're teaching other people how to be visible in their own local markets. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to share at RESACON.
Right. So we are going to be talking about 5 ways to market like an influencer with conscious visibility consistency. A lot of people think like they could just go out and post something on social media or post a picture on Instagram or do one video and then it's like you're going to wait and see everybody just come and like your stuff, and that is not the case at all. We all know that consistency is key when it comes to your social media platform and building a brand, and it's really important to be paying close attention to your visibility as a new way to market, because honestly, like even using all these platforms, it's not expensive. It's a little bit more time consuming. So you need a plan in place.
Yeah, plans are definitely a good thing for here. Scheduling, especially a marketing calendar, a social media calendar. I know a lot of times what trips me up a lot of times is I might be out somewhere and I see or hear something, you get a little bit of inspiration and you're like, oh, I can do a video on that. And literally, if I don't stop everything I'm doing and grab my phone and just do something right then and there, if I wait to come home and try to script it and I overthink about it and then I forget, and then 3 months later, it's like, oh, remember I was going to do that video. Oh, yeah, I'll get back to it. And then I just never get back to it. What kind of tips can you share with somebody to help them with their schedule and so they don't end up like I do? So I think I pass up a lot of opportunity.
So I think, we all have our mobile devices with us at all times. And even if you, let's say, don't have the time to physically do the video or post together or post something out there, have a running list of ideas that you want to talk about. This way, when you have a second to really put your thoughts together, you can then get in front of the camera and be more prepared, or you can put a graphic together on the subject. So I always use my notes. I'm always keeping a running list of video ideas, of blog ideas. I was just in the eye doctor over the weekend, and wouldn't you know it, this woman said that she ended up staging her parents' house in Florida, and it wasn't her idea. The agent actually ended up paying for it, and she didn't even think it was possible or it would work on a house that size and that cost. And so I went over to her. I was like, you did a really good thing by staging the house. It's going to sell so much faster. And she was just like, yeah, I didn't even know. So it's something like that when you're out in the real world and hearing things. So I could easily put a video together on that, but I didn't have my makeup on. Sometimes we don't, right? And so that's a video that I do plan on doing this week, talking about that a little bit.
That's awesome. So with stagers, I think they're too a little confused on really what it is they should be creating videos about. I like the ones where you kind of do the tour of the house. Like this is the house that we're staging right now. Here's what it is, where they kind of walk through. I love those videos because you really get a good sense of the property. And I think a lot of people out there, once they share that on social media, on a finished house, of course, when it's fully staged, the after effects of it, I think those would do really well on social media.
Yeah, I love doing the videos too of the behind the scenes. So when you're doing Facebook stories or Instagram stories, these are ways you could fill that pipeline up too, is that you're actually out doing the day to day. A lot of people, because of HGTV and all that's out there in terms of staging, they don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see the value. A lot of times they just see the cost. So when you are putting these behind the scenes videos together, you're showing people what it really takes to get the house prepared for sale. We don't just wave our magic wand or snap our fingers, right? There's a lot of work that goes into that. So you do want to show that in any type of social media content that you're putting out there, whether it's blogging, video, putting graphics together. And yeah, so I forgot the question.
Well, I put the back end too, because you know what, like you're saying, people don't see the back end when they're looking at HGTV. So Ty and Carter, they don't show up with their shirts off to build the built-in for $50.
Yeah.
It's not happening. And it's a really, people would actually be amazed if they saw the back end of an HGTV show about how many people are actually in the room, how many people actually put the staging together, where they usually hire a staging company to come in and actually do it, but they're not the talent, so they don't get the screen time. And I like the day in the life of a stager. I mean, you could be
doing any type of behind the scenes videos, any videos too that showcase your unique selling proposition, or your systems and processes, or your value that you share. And then you can figure out, do you want to direct your videos more towards real estate agents or to the consumer, or are you dealing more with builders and models and things like that? So there's a lot of different videos that can be made. And even if someone has already made a video similar to that, you can piggyback your information off of theirs as well, as long as you come at it at a unique, different way, and you're not just copying the material that's already out there.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about those people that aren't like you, that you can pop up on a video screen and you're very well spoken, you don't have a problem with the camera. Can you give a couple tips to somebody who's a newbie that's a little bit afraid of it? Because I'll tell you just a little bit about myself. Imposter syndrome. That holds me back a lot. I'll get ready to do a video and I'm like, oh God, nobody cares what I have to say. Just who are you thinking? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? And then I'll stop. So what are your top 3 tips to get a newbie who's a little bit on the fence or apprehensive about recording themselves?
I think, first of all, just practicing. And even if you could do Facebook Lives, and so you're the only one that can see the live. So that's a great way to practice. Or even if you just want to practice in front of the mirror or practice in front of a traditional camera, pressing record. This way you're getting yourself used to seeing yourself on camera, to hearing yourself. And you can also figure out if you have any tics or weird things that you kind of don't want to express on video, and you could start focusing on those as well. I think another thing too that holds people back is that they don't know what to say. And so have a plan. I'm not saying you need to script everything out, but have an outline or a plan or where the conversation is going to be going on video, and that's going to make you feel a lot more centered and grounded. And then the third one is just do it. Just do it already. You're out there in the world. People are buying your stuff. They're respecting you as a person. They see you every day the way you are. And if they are consuming your knowledge, why not put that on video? So then your knowledge is getting out to more people and it's almost automated. So you're not doing it. So you're not having to do it over and over again. Basically, the video is now working for you.
Yeah, awesome. I love that. So let's talk about a little bit more about RESACON. In addition to what you and Jonathan are going to be speaking about, people learn from all the sessions. The sessions are great. The speakers are amazing. The classes really teach you how to actually do something. We make sure that everybody teaches you something, not just talk about theory. But you also learn from the camaraderie, the peers, when you're sitting at lunch, when you're at the Home Staging Industry Awards banquet. Don't you find that part of RESACON is also just so valuable?
That's kind of like my favorite part. In the past few years, right, I've been doing a lot of videos for you guys. And so it makes me go out and talk to different people that I wouldn't normally talk to at the conference. And it just kind of increases my circle that much more. So I love those times when I'm speaking with new people and learning more about their stories and how they run their businesses, because we all do it a little bit different and we all have a unique style. So I would say to newbie people too, don't be afraid to go up to a Michelle Minch or me or Jonathan or Shauna or someone like anyone like that, because we all have knowledge to share and we all want to hear from you as well. So we definitely think that you should take advantage of that opportunity and really get in front of the people who have motivated you and who can inspire you moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think that that's one of the biggest feedback items, the top 10s that we get at RESACON, is everybody's willingness to give and to not be cliquey. Often find sometimes when you hear somebody say, oh, an event was cliquey, the event wasn't cliquey. You were feeling a certain way about an event because you weren't interacting necessarily with everybody. But the event is not cliquey. So I encourage anybody when you're there at an event and you're starting to feel like a fish out of water, put yourself out there. That's just that that's your uncomfortableness, go up to somebody, meet somebody. I know everybody at RESACON is super friendly, everybody that I've ever run into. And also RESACON staff, and there's a volunteer staff there as well. So if you're new and you don't know anybody, ask one of our staff members, especially at HQ, and we can actually introduce you to people. But I always encourage people, sit at different places, you know, move tables, you know, soak in as much of everybody as you possibly can.
Yeah, and this is another way too where you can make yourself known and more visible among your peers. So I think you should definitely take advantage of that. You know, have your cards with you, be able to connect with the people on social media if you're not already connected with them. And even if you want to bring like your marketing materials and stuff, it's another great way to start the conversation with somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely love it. And are you going to stay over for market? Do you go to market afterwards?
This time around, yeah, I'll probably stick around. I like to see what the trends are. I usually go in the beginning of the year, but I didn't really get to market this year, either at High Point or Vegas. So yeah, go check it out. And then again, what you can do too, even if you're not a purchaser or somebody buying the furniture and accessories right now at the moment, you could still put a blog post together or shoot some video or take some pictures and take your community and the people who are following you on social media and take them through that journey with you. So I think that's another great way that you could be utilizing market to gain your own visibility.
I agree. And I think that adds a whole nother layer of credibility, because when your audience sees that, hey, wait a minute, you're just not a local stager here that you know, somebody comes in and they magically make things appear and then disappear after the house sale. You've traveled across the United States or wherever you're from, you go to a market, you are sourcing your inventory. It just really puts stagers on a little bit higher of a level as far as how the public perceives them, because I think a lot of people don't understand the back end of what it means to be a stager, and that's why I think a lot of people don't find, they don't understand the value, so they price balk when they think they don't understand the value. They don't understand that somebody went on a trip for a week to go source the material, that they have trucks and inventory and workers' comp and employees and you name it, and all these other expenses. And plus, as I'm finding right now, because I'm packing my house to move, it's a lot to move. It's a lot of work. I could I mean, forget the boxes and your personal items, but even just the furniture that you're bringing into a stage, think about how it is for you to move out of your 3 or 4 bedroom house and move to someplace else. And a stager does that every 30 to 60 days.
Yes.
Like every day of the week for somebody else.
It's a lot of work. And so I definitely think that you should get your clients and your real estate agents, get them to know that, you know, so they do value you more. And I would say another thing too, Shell, like when you are going to the conference and even leading up to the conference, put it out there on social so it shows that you value your continuing education, especially among real estate agents, because they're constantly getting trained and educated. So show that you are doing that too, and that you value your time and your business and your education around your industry as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking the language that real estate agents speak, I always, you know, tell the members as well of RESA is that when you partake in a leadership position or you're part of a chapter, real estate agents, this is what they do. If you go to any real estate agent event, they're fundraisers, anything it is that they do throughout the year, who's there? The movers and the shakers, they're there. There are people that are in leadership positions, they're on committees. These are the people that you want to work with because they're like-minded. So when you step up to a RESA chapter and you're doing that same kind of role, you're the secretary, you're the treasurer, you're the president-elect, president, whatever it may be, it's automatic credibility. And when you are doing this and you're putting yourself out there for events and they see this, they immediately give you much more legitimacy because you're involved.
Exactly. And it shows that you are a real business and that you are involved in the not only the everyday operations of your company, but also you're taking a stand for your industry. And I think, yes, it definitely levels you up to their own playing field.
Yeah. I prefer to do business with people that are involved. Even with my horse, I had to choose a farrier. I had to change farriers. And when I decided my horse had a problem and I knew it needed to be corrected, what did I do? I went to the Farrier Association, and I looked for people, and I looked for people that had the designations and the CE and all of that, because it mattered. I had a problem, I needed it fixed. I could have kept using my same guy, you know, my $70 a visit person, but I'm paying $110 right now. And I don't care because it's done correctly. I have a whole YouTube video on this subject. It's the mover and the shaker, somebody who's involved in their industry. And I know that when I go to this guy, he's got the education, he's a little bit more money, but I don't care. I don't have problems with my horse. It all works out. So I think that's in any kind of industry, I think people really like to work with people who are educated, who know what they're doing, and are the movers and shakers. Other than that, if you're not the person looking for that, then you're a tire kicker and you're shopping off a price.
And you're also a hobbyist, maybe, and not and showing that you are a real novice and new beginner at all of this.
Yeah.
So I think putting videos, putting images out and graphics and other things like that, showcasing everything that you do, from going to conferences to your latest stage that you just did to, maybe what you're doing in the community. Like, this just humanizes your brand and your business and gets you visible. So more people are eager to reach out to you.
Yep. For sure. Well, I'm super excited to hear your talk. I always love it when you speak at RESACON. You always give such valuable information to everybody. Anything, last words you want to add before we wrap up?
No, just go out, try and do something different today that maybe is a little bit scary to you, whether that's video, whether that's writing a blog post. Just do something that could raise your visibility just a little bit. And it's just outside your comfort zone, and see what happens, see who responds.
Absolutely. I love that. Now tell us too where people can reach you, because I know you have a video course and you have lots of education and you're available to hire. So if you want to look as visible and as amazing as Tori Toth and you want it done by her, how can people reach out to you?
Yep, you could just email me at tori@toritoth.com. You can also just go visit our website, toritoth.com. And if you're interested about doing more video in your current marketing plan, you can go to videovisibilitycourse.com. And we have a discount if you're a RESA member.
You do, and you can also reach her website through the RESA website, so realestatestagingassociation.com. Hover over the menu item that says education. You'll get a drop down that'll say video course, and you can click that and you'll get there as well. That's going to wrap it up. This quick 30 minutes, down and dirty, just the way we like it. So if you're on your fence right now and you're thinking about getting out to RESACON, jump off that fence, run, don't walk, get to your computer, to your laptop, to your tablet, to your phone, and sign up today. You will not regret it. Dottie Herman is going to be our keynote speaker, along with a lot of other amazing speakers, 3 sessions at a time to choose from. There's something for everyone. And of course, the Home Staging Industry Awards, where we are going to honor the industry's finest home staging professionals and also crown the Professional Stager of the Year. That's it for me. I'm Brodnax with another episode of Stager Talk. Until next time, happy staging.